Hello YouTube, this is Zach coming to you with a video of my two kayaks. A lot of people have been questioning me with the quality of my kayaks. I'm here to give you a review on them. We'll start with the pricing of the Tarpon. This is the Tarpon Wilderness Systems. It's made by Wilderness Systems, Tarpon 100, 10-foot kayak. Retail price is around $710, not to mention the rod holders you have to have installed on the kayak. I think that's about $8 to $10 a piece, so it's actually $30 for the 3 rod holders. Also does not come with the paddle. Seat comes with it, which is very handy. We'll get to that in a minute. And yeah, personally I think it's a great kayak for the price. However much you're willing to spend, you can get the 12-footer for a little bit more. Same exact kayak, exactly the same, just larger, a little bit wider. All right, let's start with the parts of this thing. So your first dry storage is going to be in the front. Real nice dry storage, large, not hard to operate. The second dry storage is going to be right in front of the seat. Yes, I know there's water inside. That's because I just got back from the lake and I sprayed it down with the hose to clean it out. You know, the baits and stuff that fell down in there, make it nasty. Another spot to store things is in the back of the kayak, right behind your seat. It's bungees back here. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see. You can adjust the way you want your bungee set up on the sides. I'm not going to get into details of that because I don't have a screwdriver on me right now to loosen this up. But basically what you do is kind of like one of the rod holders I'll get to in a minute. You can just slide these back and forth to adjust the way you want your bungees. Most people use milk crates, so do I, just because they're real easy to pick up. You can get them just about anywhere. You can hold more stuff in there for a longer day on the water. I keep my tackle box in here because it fits in there just perfect. Just about any tackle box will fit in here just perfect. And usually if you capsize, this won't even fall out of your kayak. It'll just stay in there because the bungees hold down real well. And I'm very pleased with that. I have a rod holder here, a rod holder here. Like I said, you have to get these installed separately. Cost about $8 to $10 a piece, depending on where you're at. This swivel rod holder on the front, I think it's a Ram rod holder. You can also get Scotty's and various other brands, but I like the Ram because you can adjust it any way you want to sit. You put them in here, you slide them right into there. It's like a little divot. You have one on each side of your kayak, right and left. You can see right there. Let me just go ahead and show you how to put this thing on. You unscrew it to the left. You want to take it off. You just slide it out. There's a little metal piece on the end of the rod holder, just like that. The way you put it in there, you take that little metal piece and you put it right in there, just like that. And you just slide it to the way you want it. I mean, if you're a bigger guy, you're going to have it farther out. If you're a smaller guy, you're going to put it closer to you. And to tighten it, just squeeze, tighten it, the whole rod holder to the right, and there it is. Let's get to the seat. The seat on this kayak is fantastic. It is very, very comfortable. I'd recommend this kayak, not just because of the seat, but as of all the other features. This seat mostly to older people or people who may have problems with the backs, because as you can see, this back part will go back and forth or up and down. It's a very adjustable seat, very comfortable. It's better for people, like I said, with issues or maybe a little older who want to stay on the water for longer periods of time. This is definitely the seat you want to purchase with it. Has adjustable foot pegs. Some kayaks have molded footrests. I prefer the adjustable foot pegs. Has spots where you can put depth finders, fish finders, etc., whichever you prefer, or both. Cup holder and scupper holes. Scupper holes are little holes in the bottom of your kayak. Only sit on top kayaks. They're not sit inside kayaks. Water cannot get in because they sit above the water. But say you're in rough conditions and the water was to splash over the sides of your kayak, it would drain out the scupper holes to keep your cockpit nice and dry. Little pockets and a little rubbery fabric on each side of your kayak. Not the fanciest little pockets, but they get the job done. Another thing is there is better things to hold your paddle. I want to buy and install a taco shell holder on the side just because it seems a lot easier and maybe a little bit more expensive, but it's probably better for the price, you know. On this one, you just put this bungee cord around your rod holder, and then you just put that bungee around that little handle thing right there. And yeah, this is a great kayak. Comparing it to my other kayak, which is a Pescador 12, I'll get into that in a minute. I would recommend this one, not only for beginners, but for veterans who've been kayaking for a long time. It doesn't really matter. One more thing I want to show you, the handles on the front and the back, and the little drainage plugs here to keep water. If you were to spray it out like I did, clean out your dry storages, you just turn it, put it up on its side, and the water will just drain out this back plug. Great kayak all around, and let's go on to my next one. This is the Pescador 12. I already said this, but I've heard rumors that it's also made by Wilderness Systems, which I don't know if it is or not, honestly. It says here Perception Sport, as Tarpon says Wilderness Systems. See there. This is a good kayak. This is preferred, or I prefer it to be used if you were to go, 2 to 3 miles offshore. They have definitely a lot better kayaks for that, but this is a cheap one you could use to do that. I think retail price for this one is about $519. You can pick this one up at the same place I got the Tarpon, Austin Canoe and Kayak. Let me go ahead and show you one more time. That's the website you go to if you would like to look at these kayaks. Austin Canoe and Kayak, ACK. We'll start with the dry storages on this one. It has a very large dry storage at the front. Rubbery kind of, which is also great for storing multiple live vests, anchors, whichever you like to put in there. I put both. Smaller one right in front of your seat, as you can see, easy reach. Then you have one right behind your seat. I've never used this dry storage really. I only use the front two ones just because they're easier access. Just like the Tarpon, just like pretty much any other kayak, it has the bungee systems in the back, but this one you cannot adjust like you can on the Tarpon, but I don't think that really matters, if you want my honest opinion. Up to you really. Spot where you can put your tackle box, you can put live vests, whatever you want to put really. Has the same paddle holder as Tarpon. Just easy clip on and off, get your paddle out. This kayak only has one rod holder. You can equip two, I think. You can put one here and one there, right here. You cannot put a swivel rod holder unless you buy the attachment for a swivel rod holder separate. Just like the Tarpon, has spots you put depth finders, fish finders, nice cup holder, scupper holes for, like I said, water gets in, the drains right out, water can't come through the scupper holes. Also a drainage plug at the back of your kayak, and like I said, drain out your dry storages. Now one of the advantages this kayak has compared to Tarpon would be you can install rudders on this kayak. As Whereas the Tarpon, you cannot. Like I said, better for you to go in the ocean with this Pescador. This is mainly a bay kayak or a lake or a river kayak. You can take it on the ocean, I guess, if you want to, but that's your opinion. The seat on this Pescador 12 is kind of like memory foam. It's not as comfortable as this one here on the Tarpon, but it's still a good seat. It can go back and forth, but it cannot go up and down to really give you a full range of motion with your back on sitting. Good seat, folds down, folds up the same way as the Tarpon does. Also has adjustable foot pegs. My dad's kayak, bring this up real quick, which is not here right now. If it was, I'd also be reviewing that one. That's a Hobie kayak. Good kayak. But yeah, adjustable foot pegs. You got a nice place to put your paddle. Just handle on the front. Handle on the back. Good kayak. I mean, if I had to give you my opinion on which one I would prefer you using, I would definitely recommend the Tarpon 100 over the Pescador 12. Just because the Tarpon, it costs you more, but it's a sturdier kayak. You can stand in both kayaks. Don't really make a difference. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, just leave a comment below, and I'll definitely answer you back. Yeah, more videos to come.